What's up, YouTube? So we're back in the boat today. We're not out on the water, we're not fishing, and we're just going to do another little product review of this Minn Kota Terrova. Did another video on it before, talked about it a little bit, couple points, but it got a little bit of attention. Seemed like guys like it, so I know there's a lot of you all out there trying to decide which trolling motor you want and why you want it. If you're like me, you're always trying to save a buck. I have the reasons why I went with the Lowrance 9-inch paired up with the Minn Kota Terrova. Now, this thing comes with a built-in Humminbird transducer in the head of the trolling motor. But I wanted a 9-inch up here on the front, and that 9-inch Humminbird cost $1,400, and the 9-inch Lowrance cost $1,000. And I think the down imaging and the sonar is a lot better on the Lowrance personally than the Humminbird, so that's why it's $400 cheaper, and I actually think it's better. So in doing that, I wasn't able to use their cable. I have it rolled up here, that's for a Humminbird. So I saved some money by doing that, and I got the real product that I wanted. But then I had to deal with how I was going to run this transducer line down this shaft and it not become a problem while you're deploying it and while you're running the spot lock. So this thing has the Bluetooth remote, it has the spot lock, and this thing's right at $2,000. If you want the next model up that will run the contour lines, and you just set it to whatever depth you want, and it'll run your contour lines, but that model's also another $500. So me personally, I'll just look at a lake map, find it, and I'll find my depth, and then I'll just manually keep it on there. It's a little more work, but I'll take saving the $500 on that feature and the $400 on not buying the Humminbird. So that's my reasoning, and in doing that, I got to find a way to run that transducer cable. So I watched a lot of videos. You know, YouTube's great, that's why I'm doing this. But I come up with my own idea. I went and I got a heavy 1/2-inch gas line, and I split that sucker all the way down the middle, about 8 foot of it, and I ran my transducer cable all the way down the middle of it, and then taped it back up with Super 33 electrical tape. I've been running this setup for 3 months now, and I haven't had any issues. Nothing's come undone, nothing's broke. And then basically once I ran it down the trolling motor there and got enough slack and got it fixed into position, I ran my slack back down my dash right here, and then popped out and went right up to the fish finder. I mean, it's that easy. I run everything behind that dash. That's the GPS puck for your spot lock. That goes with this to help with your when you do your spot lock feature. And I just left a couple bolts just a tad bit loose right there, and not loose at all, just to have a little play on those wires and let them run freely right there. So this thing does not have the self-deploy. That's also, you know, you have to get up here and full with it, but you save some money on not getting that self-deploy. So I got around $3,000 in this setup, and you could have easily been $4,000 if you would have went with the Humminbird and then got the feature to run the contour line. So I stayed away from that, saved about $900, and I still got this thing doing everything that I wanted. And I can use the spot lock, and then it's also got the North Star feature. And if I just find a place I want to run, you hit that North Star feature and it'll stay on a direct line. You just control your speed. And then that's how I fish a lot. Run the pull the crankbaits, long line jigs, on a spider rig, and you really don't have to mess with it a whole lot. So I think those are some hidden secrets. You can save some money there. I'm going to deploy this thing, and I'm going to get the remote out, and I'm going to run it, and I'm going to turn this thing 360 degrees, because your spot lock will do that when you're running it. And I'll show you guys how this thing does not get hung up. My design here, and it runs smoothly. I have it held in place just with tire wraps, but I've been running this over 3 months and I haven't had one break. I keep extras in the boat just in case one breaks, but I still in 3 months haven't had any go on me. And then I got that transducer mounted on there with some hose clamps. Haven't had any trouble with that. Bumped into a couple logs so far. Thing's been great, hadn't messed with me at all. So I'm going to deploy this thing and show y'all how it works, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, everybody, we're back. So you can see, here's what we got. Here's my transducer cable. in my 1/2-inch gas line that I've protected in electrical Super 33 tape. So I have it fixed right here with tie wraps. I know that sounds weird, but 3 months, almost 4 months of use, not one's broke, it hadn't slipped, hadn't moved. I've been watching it, works for me. So there's how much slack I have on my loop going down there to my transducer cable. Just a little bit, nothing to really get hung up on anything, but we're gonna run this thing because in spot lock, this thing goes 360 degrees on you and sometimes more, and you don't want that thing getting hung up. So I'm gonna turn it. We're in the forward position right now where you would start at. So we're gonna turn this thing and we'll show you that it just keeps going and going and don't get hung up. Look at that. It's over 540 degrees right there. So I've sat here and played with it, and I got my slack figured out. I know how much I needed, how much to use. So that thing just goes and goes and goes. It could turn as much as it wants, and that thing don't get hung up. So I hope you guys like that idea. Hope you like my advice, and tune back in for some more videos, man. This will save you some money. See y'all later.